Today here at IBM Champion Day and User Group Day at Think 2018, I met Jennifer Shin, who's been roaming the halls and talking to people about data science and analytics, and especially for developers. I was interested in her thoughts about how a developer can leverage their experience in analytics and big data into a career in data science. So Jennifer, tell us a little bit about your company and what your company does, and what are your thoughts about what your recommendation would be for a developer who's interested in pursuing a career in data science.
Yeah, so I'm very familiar with data science. My company, APath Solutions, is a data science analytics technology company. And we've actually patented some new technology and launched with Box in their Box Solutions Gallery. So a lot of experience with development and actually leveraging data in a really cool way.
Terrific.
So so I work with my developer, and one of the great things about having that background is you're very familiar working with data. You're very familiar with the big technologies that require understanding all the intricacies of what happens when you try to deploy something live or in production.
Gotcha.
And I think a lot of data science teams operationalizing and productionizing their models, that's often a difficulty that they run into.
Oh, I see. So they're good at developing the model, but not putting it into a day-to-day practice.
Exactly.
Okay, and what advice would you give them?
Well, so I think both sides, both data scientists and data engineers or developers, everyone needs to know a little bit about the other skill, right?
Okay.
So you need to know how to talk to each other.
Gotcha.
Right? So understanding what someone means when they say they're having a hard time with their model, right?
Yes.
Is it a problem with what data you have? Is it a problem with the code you have? Are you having some difficulty? For instance, I had a data scientist, ask a data engineer, why is this loop not working?
Oh, okay.
It was a caching issue.
Right.
Now again, this is not something data scientists are taught, but developers are very familiar with.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So it's like just we have DevOps, bridging the gap between developer and ops. Maybe we need a data ops type paradigm to help those data engineers operationalize their things. Well, that's very interesting.
And I think the other side, of course, with developers is UI, right? So you have data engineer on the back end, but if you can't ever show what that data looks like, that's a bit of a problem.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
So I think there's a lot of different ways that developers can really leverage their skills and grow from that and be in data science.
Great. Now, what are the core technologies you would recommend that a data scientist have under their belt to be able to put on the resume? Is it like SPSS, or is it what are the core skills you would recommend?
Right. So I think it depends on the team you're joining. Right?
Okay.
If you're developing for a primarily statistical team, they generally you can use SPSS and more stats related technologies.
Yeah.
If you're working at the startup, typically they're going to want more of like the scalable languages like Python.
Okay.
Right? Something where you can build something on the front end and the back end.
Yeah.
If you're joining a data science team at a corporation that's open source friendly, then R is going to be more popular there.
Gotcha. Okay. And how important are things like Jupyter Notebooks and other sorts of modeling projects?
Oh, I think it's huge, right? Jupyter Notebooks, I think part of the reason it's so huge is it allows you to actually deploy code and you actually share notebooks with other teammates.
Okay, gotcha.
Right, so that's one of the, I think, the really key, the collaborative part that makes it so useful, and also the running code section by section, right? So you can actually test things, right? And identify exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
And then things like Spark integration, right? It's just so easy to be able to use it for these things.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts with me today.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.